Here we go.
Approximately 151,600 people die a day. That's about 2 people every single second. Well, what happens to those people once they die? Where does their soul go? Does it go to heaven or hell? Maybe. But do we know that for sure? No. So according to LifeScience.com, a poll was taken in 2013 that found that 43% of Americans believe in ghosts. And that's only the people that said something. Most people don't say anything because they don't want to be called. Well, I believe in ghosts. The reason I believe is because I have several stories that I know, like, I can't explain it other than something of a ghost. But I'll get to those later on in my speech. So what exactly is a ghost? Britannica.com says a ghost is the soul of a dead person that is believed to inhabit the other side and is able to come to the land of the living. The belief of ghosts goes back thousands and thousands of years ago, all the way back to ancient times, where this same belief existed. A man by the name of Peter Underwood spent his life studying ghosts and all that revolved around him. And he said that there are 9 different varieties, such as elementals, poltergeists, historical ghosts, mental imprint manifestations, death survival ghosts, apparitions, time slips, ghosts of the living, and haunted inanimate objects. So out of all these kinds of ghosts, I mainly believe in the ghosts of the living, which are also called earthbound ghosts. And these ghosts are unwilling or unable to leave Earth and go to the other side. So just like all other ghosts, they haunt places and people. And those places are haunted because of emotional ties that the spirit has. So with the haunting of people, it's because that person was their loved one and they had a connection to them, or they had something to do with the death. With the haunting of places, it's because it was their home or a place that they loved to go, or it's the place where they were brutally murdered. When people say that they've seen ghosts, they all describe or mention similar things. A lot are traditional things like figures, displacement of objects, lights, and auditory sounds. So I have 3 stories that involve ghosts, and they all happened within the same week. And call me crazy if you want to, but these actually happened. It was a few years ago, and it was like I was sitting in my room, and my dog always slept with me, and so it was 9:15 at night. I'm not tired, and my mom knocks on my door, and she tells me to go to bed. And so I flip off my lamp, and I lay down, and my dog lays down on me, and I had shut my door completely, and so I hear this person whispering my name, Maggie, Maggie, and I was like, Seth, what do you want? Because my brother sometimes came into my room and asked me for the dog. I was like, what do you want? And I opened my eyes and there's figures standing in my doorway, and I was like, what do you want? And my name was whispered a few more times, and then I flipped on my lamp and no one was there and my door was open. And my dog had been standing up and staring at my door the whole time, and then when I flipped on my lamp and my door was open, it really freaked me out. So I shut my door and I locked it. And the next morning I asked my brother if he had came into my room, and he said no. So then a few nights pass, and I'm sitting in my room again with my dog, and my mom tells me to go to bed, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So I plug in my phone, turn off my lamp, and I hear this tune being whistled from the living room. And I was like, okay, maybe my brother's awake, or maybe I'm just hearing stuff. So I'm staring at my door, just like kind of focusing on it, and I hear it again, and my dog stands up and goes to my door, wanting out. So I let her out of my room, and she runs around the living room, and there's no one there. So she goes back into my room, and I slowly walk back in there, not turning my back to the living room, and I shut and lock my door. And I asked my parents and my brother if they were in the living room making noises, and they're like, no, we were asleep. A few more nights go by, and it's like 10 o'clock, and I'm finishing my math homework, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a drink of water and go to bed. So I get up, not turning on any lights, and I'm walking to my kitchen, and my door is a big old white door, and there's this black figure standing there. I'm freaked out, and so I just kind of stand there, pause, and there can't be any shadows because there's no lights on behind me. So I'm like freaking out. I'm like, okay, there's someone in my house. I'm like, go away, go away. And I start backing up because I was right next to my bathroom door, and I was gonna lock myself in my bathroom. And I said go away several times, and then it was just gone, like right before my eyes, and nothing else has happened after that. So those are the things that lead me to believe that ghosts are real. And I hope the stories that I've told you and the information that I've shared lets you believe too.